maybe January. Okay, rhombus, rectangle, and square. Do you know what all those words are?
Rhombus? Yeah, it's like a diamond, isn't
Yeah, it is like that. Rectangle and square we typically know, but it's usually the rhombus part that we don't.
When you record this, can you hear us talking?
Yes.
Oh.
So if you like
So I would
shout
have
out a
blackmail evidence or
swear
something
word?
like that. Yep, it would be there that I could let Mr. Schwartz listen to, and yep, that was Brandon's name. That was his voice.
What? But I didn't say that.
You were the one asking.
6'6".
This is 6'4".
6'4".
6'4" is the one we're on. Okay, the three shapes that we're dealing with today, rhombus, rectangle, and square. So rhombus is a parallelogram that has 4 congruent sides. So I have opposite sides parallel, opposite sides congruent, and so on, like what we had in our information yesterday. You probably would like these corollaries a little different.
Go get mine out of my locker since I got
You
3.
have to use one of these. So if you,
It's worth it.
it is,
You don't have to worry about forgetting it every day.
What?
just gonna go get some. Okay, are we done with those notes?
I'm gonna go get my 3 out of my locker. I have 3 of those bags.
Sukub said he was doing something different.
Yeah, he's taking online classes now.
And he's homeschooling now.
It's not technically homeschooled, it's just online classes.
Right now, but
It's like, he said it's 2
Sam Camper was saying the same
trying to do online classes.
thing. You have to Jake does it.
One more part of the picture.
Oh,
Fine next.
Strength training,
Okay,
sports nutrition.
so I want you to list. I think we differ on our answers here. I don't know that everybody got all the way through, but let's look at the answers already. Okay, opposite sides are congruent, check your answers there. Parallelogram, rectangle, rhombus, and square. So on all of them, the opposite sides are congruent. Diagonals are congruent only on a rectangle and a square.
I didn't know.
Diagonals bisect each other, so that crossing point is a midpoint on all of them.
Yeah,
Consecutive angles are congruent. Was I talking about it as supplementary? Consecutive angles are congruent. On a parallelogram, they're not, because this is obtuse, that's acute. Same
You
for
just said that
rhombus.
the two would have to equal one.
Yeah, I think I was reading it as supplementary, but I noticed it was congruent,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so were those angles, were A and B the same, is what that was asking. So my mistake if you missed that. So they were the same on a rectangle because they're 90 and 90, on a square because they're 90 and 90. All right, further discussion? Okay, some quick examples. Tell me what these quadrilaterals are.
Special.
Special quadrilaterals at a rectangle, rhombus, or square. Number 1,
Square.
I'd say not a square because I don't know what the
Well,
angles
all
are.
sides are.
All sides are equal.
Or no,
Well, it is a
A
parallelogram,
rhombus. A rhombus.
but a rhombus is a parallelogram with all sides equal. So that one's a rhombus.
number 3 is a special rhombus, just like 9.
Number 3 is a special rhombus. What is it?
Square.
Square.
3 is a square. Okay, this one was a rhombus. 2, rectangle. We didn't even need side measurements. Yeah, that was just a parallelogram
Really?
because it doesn't have certain angles at all. Okay, let's try. Those were the answers. And find the missing values in each rhombus.
Rhombus. Okay. Well,
Okay, so what can you find in this one? C is 107. D has to be 73 because they have to be supplements, that's what I was talking about a while ago. B is 73 also. Can't do any side measurements because I didn't give you anything. Okay, on this one, what can you come up with? TS is 8, just like that part,
Yep, and our TU is 6.
okay, keep going.
VU is 10. And I think
Keep going, say
RV
rhombus.
RV is 10.
So RV would be 10,
and then
and
SU
SU
is
is
10.
10. So based upon the shape, knowing that all sides are equal. How about, whoops, I think I flipped past the rectangle. Rectangle,
A, yeah,
DC is
BC is
15.
4.
DC is 4,
And then angle ABC would be 90 degrees.
ABC, this one's 90?
Yep. And angle DCB is 90, and angle CDA is 90, and angle DAB is 90 degrees.
Tristan, you're not with us here.
13,
Okay.
PL is 13.
Rectangle again,
PL's
13.
GL's 13,
JM is 24.
JM's 24, okay.
Let's see, you gotta
A
see.
rectangle, on the board it says diagonals are congruent. So if JL is 26 total,
13.
MK is 26 total, so that's gonna be 13 and 13. Now if I've got this 70 degrees here, think about the corners in a rectangle. K, J, this one? Okay, what's the angle just above it?
180 minus 70.
It's a rectangle, so what's the corner half the total?
180.
90
Oh,
total,
90. So 20.
so that would have to be 20.
But everyone.
And this would be 20. And actually down here, they will be 20s and 70s. So we could do a lot on that one.
So angle B would be 40.
Angle P would be 140, very good. Yep, 140. 40, 180 minus 40, the linear pair. And if you really want something spectacular, that's 26, this is 24. You could do Pythagorean theorem to get that other side. See where I'm getting the right triangle highlighted in blue?
Whoa.
Hypotenuse was 26, this leg's 24, and this one, I don't know, does that come out 10 maybe? I think it comes out 10. So you could find that other side even. And finally on a square, those don't look very squarish. I think it's
BC
square.
is 7, DC is 7, AD is 7, because all of them are congruent.
Angles,
Angle D is 90, angle C is 90, angle B is 90, angle A is 90.
okay,
3, JF is 3, J is 3, JG is 3, and all the angles in there are 90.
all of these are 90.
45.
In the square, they were 45 and 45. I'm not gonna write all those in, but all of those corners are 45s and 45s. Right, so on your assignment, you're gonna be identifying whether it's a rectangle, rhombus, square, parallelogram, find some missing measurements. Sounds like we feel pretty comfortable with that section.
I do.
The assignment is on page 328, and it's just a straight 1 through 20.